This shit more than a game.
Perfect.
There's an old saying that sometimes you have to go to hell in order to get to heaven. What we saw this past Sunday was the New Orleans Saints in hell. The New Orleans Saints and the New Orleans Saints fans were in hell this past Sunday. And yet, I came on this stream many times in the past few seasons, and I've said the worst spot to be as a franchise is not in hell, but rather in purgatory. See, when you're in heaven, you're doing great. When you're in hell, you know that at least there's a chance to get out of it. Get with a first-round draft pick that could be a top 5 pick. But when you're in purgatory, when you're winning 7, 8, 9 wins and you're still not making the playoffs, but you're not bad enough to get a top pick, that's a bad spot to be in. So as I sat watching that game this past Sunday, and I went, wow, this is what hell feels like. Part of me was actually smiling on the inside because I said, you know what? Even though we're in hell, it's better than being in that 7, 8, 9 purgatory that we've been in the past 3 and 4 seasons. And so the bad thing is not being in hell like the Saints currently are. The most important thing is, who is the archangel that is going to save this franchise and take us from hell back into heaven? That's the key. Not being in hell, but do we have an archangel, a saint, if you will, who will come and lead this franchise out of hell and back into heaven? Unfortunately, while being in hell Sunday, I started having my doubts that we did have an archangel waiting for us to lead us to heaven. But hey, it's not purgatory. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jono Barnes Show. But it's shit more than a game.
Yelling from the stands, I'm invested. Every loss served like a lesson, we tested. Front porch talk turn to Sunday confessions. From dome to the block, it's all one connection. From Eric to Drew, Alvin to Cam, talk down on my squad. Boy, I be damned. I rap for the ones that never got fame, still yelling loud. This shit more than a game. Cause y'all know why, this shit more than a game. It ain't no lie, this shit more than a game. You know that's right, this shit more than a game. And y'all know why, this shit more than a game. Now I got Lil Jono sitting on my knee, teaching them young what it mean to believe. This bigger than scores, it's what we became. He gon' know off top, this shit more than a game. Clarissa in the back giving me all types of stress, but deep down she know the husband the best. She knows he's crazy, she know he's mean, but she know the kid 100% New Orleans. And y'all know why, this shit more than a game. It ain't no lie, this shit more than a game. You know that's right, this shit more than a game. And y'all know why, this shit more than a game. Yeah, when you see Jono scream, this shit more than a game. And when you see a Falcons fan, just call out for Jonathan. And yeah, this shit more than a game. New Orleans know this shit more than a game. Louisiana know this shit more than a game. Texas know this shit more than a game. Whole world know this shit more than a game. Y'all know why.
This shit more than a game.
And y'all know how we got to start off every edition of the Jono Barnes Show. Please, we need it, y'all. We need it after that last game Sunday. Leave it this shit more than a game in the chat right now. And we really need it because tonight, y'all, we're going to make history. For the first time ever, I am going to have a guest on with no New Orleans background, no Louisiana background, No Saints, Pelicans, LSU, Tulane, Louisiana Tech, UL, none of that. For the first time ever, I am going to have a fan on who is on the opposing side. For the first time ever. Because, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, the great Brother Bill of Buffalo Bills fandom joins us, and me and him will have a one-on-one conversation. Now, I'm looking in the chat right now, and let me tell y'all something. Brother Bill is, in my opinion, the best Bills content creator out there. There is another content creator who's not technically a Bills content creator. He's more of just a general content creator, but he's an amazing content creator. However, this guy is from Louisiana, yet he reps the Bills. Y'all see him right there. It is my guy, the Professor Nick Harrison. However, I use the terms my guy very loosely this week because he is now the enemy. And I don't care how kind Mr. Professor Nick Harrison has been to me the past 4 years of our friendship. I don't care how many followers he has, over 1 million across all platforms. He is officially an enemy. So I see him in the chat tonight. And I just want to tell you something, Nick. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Because, Nick, maybe sometime later this week, we'll do something together or have fun for the game on Sunday where we post a video afterwards showing our reaction and mixing it up. But let me tell y'all something about Nick. I give him a pass. I usually give him a pass, but not this week. Because I don't know how you have Louisiana blood going in your veins. You got the nerve to rep the Buffalo Bills. He's given me the reason before. And when I'm calm and cool and collected, I actually accept it. But this week, I am not accepting it. Nick Harrison, you are the enemy. And you will learn firsthand, my guy, that this shit more than a game. Warning you right now. Let everybody in the chat, please leave a this shit more than a game for the Professor Nick Harrison. Or as I call him this week, Judas. I'm just in a bad mood, y'all, because of that game last Sunday. So hopefully Brother Bill doesn't wind up feeling my wrath. You know, the ironic thing is the Buffalo Bills are probably the nicest fan base in the NFL. Maybe too damn nice sometimes. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Maybe too damn nice. Like sometimes it's like, God damn, can y'all show a little bit of, you know, raw and realness? You know, they play a team and, you know, the fans, the opposing fans will like boo or something. You know, one of their players and then one of the other opposing players will get hurt. And then the Bills fans will be like, you know, we're going to start a charity this week for that opposing players, you know, favorite charity and raise over $20,000. And that's all fine and dandy. But hey, Buffalo Bills fans, y'all know who's won the Super Bowl this past season? Probably the most annoying and evil fan base in the world, the Philadelphia Eagles. So all that nice shit don't mean shit to the football gods. All right? I just, because my blood's already boiled. I already know how the Bills fans are going to be. You know, we're going to be nice to the Saints fans because, you know, they're going through such hard times. Maybe we'll make a charity to the LPSCA or something like that. Man, we don't want that. This shit more than a game down here. Y'all got to come correct. Y'all the top team in the NFL right now. All right? We don't need none of that humbleness. I damn sure don't want no pity pat tap on the back after y'all probably beat us this week and say some good game, y'all. Y'all know damn well it probably won't be a good game. So miss me with all that, you know, holier than thou attitude. You guys are the enemy this week. And this week, this shit more than the game. But before Brother Bill joins us later tonight, and I promise, guys, I'm going to be on my best behavior for Brother Bill. We got to talk about that Saints-Seahawks game. And I want to know you guys' thoughts because we got our asses whooped. We got stomped in Seattle. Made that the new movie. Not Sleepless in Seattle, but Stomped in Seattle. And good Lord have mercy. All that goodwill from the first 2 weeks that the New Orleans Saints and Kellen Moore mustered up officially went down the drain. The honeymoon is over. The honeymoon is over. I said this when I was interviewed on ESPN Radio in August. I say, look, we love Kellen Moore now, but we're not going to love him when he gives us a reason not to love him anymore, like every fan base. This past Sunday, he gave us a reason not to love him. And I don't need any fans coming and saying, oh, it's a rebuild. Yes, I understand it's a rebuild. Oh, you got to give him time. Yes, I understand. Nobody ever came out and say fire Kellen Moore. Not me, at least. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some crazy fanatic saying fire him. No, not me. But just because we're in a rebuild doesn't mean you can't not critique him. You can critique the players. You can critique the team, y'all. And I'm going to critique Kellen Moore because I felt like he was unprepared last Sunday. And sometimes it felt like, God, is this guy in over his head? I mean, good Lord have mercy. I try very hard. I try so very hard not to always go down the Sean Payne well. He just unfortunately set the standard so high that you can't help but go, man, would Sean Payne ever allowed this? Like, would Sean Payne allow Groupie to just keep skating by, missing field goals every single week and not even bring any type of competition just to motivate Groupie? Would Sean Payne stand on the sideline with a plain face as his team is getting whooped and not show any type of emotion or fire? Would Sean Payne not bench one player at least and say, hey, what we're doing is not working? I'm saying the standard with y'all playing and how y'all performing. Just because we're supposed to be a bad team doesn't mean y'all could give a bad team effort. And right now, what I'm seeing from Kellen Moore is he's looking a little soft. If we're being honest, he looks a little soft sometimes. I'm not saying fire him, but he's looking a little soft. It's like, come on, dude, drop your balls sometimes, man. Show some. And maybe he does it behind the scenes and he's just really good with a poker face. But, I mean, we're 0-3. And this is a bottom line business. I'm not saying Kellen Moore has to be 2-1. I'm not saying he even had to win the game right now. I called us going 0-4. So trust me, I am not surprised. But my main thing this season was always, am I going to see development? Am I going to see growth out of our players? I maintain for the third straight week in a row, y'all. Is there any player that you have on the New Orleans Saints right now that 5 years from now, you're like, that guy is going to be an all-pro for us and be one of the leaders of our rebuild? There's not. You can say, oh, you know what, Carl Grodinson looks pretty. No, there is no player, y'all. Be honest with yourselves. There is no player that has flashed any type of play that says, oh, boy, at least we got this player for the next, possibly 7 or 8 years. I'm not saying that there's not any player on the team that will become that, but so far this season, it hasn't been Olave, hasn't been Breezy, hasn't been Fuaga, hasn't been Kool-Aid, hasn't been Alante. There's no player on the team that you can collectively say, yes, we know that that guy is going to be a star. We knew when Michael Thomas in the first 3 games, yo, that kid looks like he's going to be a star. Marshall Lattimore, we were like, yo, this kid looks like he's going to be a star. Alvin Kamara, we knew by week 3, whoa, this kid looks like he's going to be a star. Is there any player that you can collectively say with your chest held high, yo, this guy is going to be a star for the New Orleans Saints? You can't. You can't. I'm not saying we don't have any good young players on our team. We do, but I've not seen one player grab that bull by the horns and say, hey, y'all, I am going to be a star for the New Orleans Saints. I'm hoping we could get that in the next 14 games, but I put a gun to my head and say, Jono, name one player that you know for sure is going to be an all-pro in 2 or 3 years. I won't be able to tell you. Maybe Kelvin Banks. Maybe Kelvin Banks. He's the only one maybe so far that you're like, yeah, you can maybe see him being an all-pro one day. But I want to see some growth, man. I want to see Kool-Aid take leaps. Kool-Aid looks like he regresses sometimes. Olave, 10 catches for 56 yards. That's running back stats. I'm not saying it's all Olave's fault, but this is a contract. Yeah, you would think that Olave will be shining bright right now. Maybe that's more rather. I don't know. You get an argument on either side depending on which player you prefer more. I just want to see some development, man. And being a rebuilding team does not excuse the penalties that we have had. Being a rebuilding team does not excuse some of the effort that we saw on some of those plays from some of the players. I'm happy to be in hell. I'd rather be in hell than I be in purgatory. But I got to see some development. And I got to believe that we got the angels on this team to lead us out of hell. It's no good to be in hell if you got no angels leading you out of hell. Come on, Saints. Give me some angels that I feel like can lead us out of hell, because right now I'm having my doubts. Kellen Moore, come with a strong performance in Buffalo, and maybe I can re-sing some of my tunes. But what you did on Sunday, I'm not saying fire him. I'm not saying he's going to be a failure, nothing like that. But some of those things, man, rebuilding team or not, y'all, was bad for any head coach. First year, second year, third year, I don't give a damn. That was a bad look for a head coach. To have your team come out looking like that, to have penalties week in and week out. And then you wonder, okay, how much are we really practicing? Because Chris Olave said after the game, yeah, maybe we gotta practice a little hard. It is week 4. Why have we not been practicing hard the past 3 weeks? It is week 4. Now we're gonna say, oh, now we should practice hard? It's week 4 into the season. Kellen Moore, what are we doing at practice? All them damn boarding trips and paintball trips you take is all fun and well, but if we're not practicing to get better, then them boarding trips don't equal any points on Sunday. Honeymoon's over, is all I'm saying. I like Kellen Moore, but honeymoon's over. And I'm still with him. I'm saying this right now before anybody goes, oh, this guy's overreacting. Good Lord, Jono, it's a rebuild. You know, I understand that. I am still willing to give Kellen Moore 3 years unless the wheels really fall off. But first impressions are pretty powerful. Hasn't been the greatest first impression. And you sometimes gotta wonder. I mean, I'm just being honest. You gotta wonder, like, is this guy in over his head? Did you see how he looked on the sideline? Like, he looked like he had no idea what to do. The special teams was playing garbage. The defense was playing garbage. The offense was playing garbage. He looked like he had no idea what to do. I didn't see him go to the sideline and rally the troops. I didn't see him go to any player and say, come on, dude, get your stuff together. I just saw him constantly pacing down the sideline, head held down, like, dude, you're the head coach. You're not the offensive coordinator anymore. You gotta have a little umph to you. You're the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. The city of New Orleans. You gotta have a little bit of umph to you now. That's just how I feel, y'all, when this shit more than a game. How y'all feel? Let me know in the comments. Let's get to some right now. Ebony says, Moore says absolutely nothing at the press conferences, which is fine, but you gotta, you know, Sean Payton didn't really say much, a lot either, but, you know, the data has to match that, and the on-field product has to match the lack of press conference remarks, if you want to say that. Slim South says, no matter who the coach is, Mickey Doomis, that's a new one, is still the worst GM. Skywalker says Moore is DA's twin. My girl Dana says we are doom and gloom out here. I'm not going to even say doom and gloom, Dana. I'm not. I'm just saying I want to see development. Like, we took a step back on Sunday. I'm not expecting the Saints to be good. I predicted 4 wins before the season. That might be too damn kind, to be honest. I predicted 4 wins. I expected actually games like this, but I'm like, I want to see growth. I want to see, like, the team take positive steps. I mean, 3 weeks in a row, we've had over 8 penalties a game. That's not good. Rebuilding team or not, that's not good. That shows a lack of discipline. You're a professional player at the end of the day. I don't care if you are on a rebuilding team or not. These are professional players. 8 penalties a game is not going to get it done. Rebuild or not, because you know what it does? We keep saying, oh, well, it's a rebuild. Of course, we're going to have all those penalties. That builds bad habits. That builds bad habits. And if Coach Kellen Moore isn't calling it out at practice, if Coach Kellen Moore isn't making a stand with any player who's not performing well, the players are going to be like, well, shit, we know we good. I mean, we could play horrible. We know Kellen Moore ain't going to do shit. Players were afraid of Sean Payton. May not have the most popular guy in the world, but players were afraid of him. And you know what that led to? Some damn good football teams, because they knew if they wasn't on their shit, he was going to treat them like shit and get them out of this team. I agree, Skywalker. We need some discipline and some fire, man. Jacob says we are our own worst enemy. Self-inflicted wounds indicate the players do not respect the head coach. Juwan Johnson, Ruiz, and Blake Grupe need to be benched. I don't know about Juwan, but Ruiz played better this Sunday. Blake Grupe, I'm like, that's the low-hanging fruit. Like, I'm not ever feeling too comfortable with calling for a player's job, but like, dude, you get 1 job to make kicks. You've missed 3 kicks in 3 games. Like, come on, what are we doing? What are we doing, Kellen Moore? You're just going to continue to be like, that's okay. Like, come on, man, take a stand. Grupe's the low-hanging fruit. What has Grupe done to deserve, like, this concrete job status? I don't think the players also do not respect Kellen Moore. I do think the players respect him. I mean, every coach is different, right? You know, Tony Dungy was very mellow, soft-spoken, all that stuff. But you got to have the production to match it. Like, you can't be a soft-spoken, quiet head coach and have 8 penalties a game, have players giving lackadaisical effort on certain plays. Like, that's not going to get it done. That is not going to get it done. Now, I'm patient. Again, we'll see how the team looks in December. That's going to be the key. That's going to be the huge key for me. Like, if we look like this in December, that's a bad sign. I don't want the Saints to be, you know, turning it around overnight. I'm not expecting, you know, 2 or 3 wins to end the season or anything like that. I'm not expecting a win streak at any point or anything like that. We can go freaking 2-15 for all I care. But in December, are we looking significantly better than we looked in September? Are certain players looking like they took a little bit of a leap? Can we go into the offseason saying, man, that was a tough season, but good Lord have mercy, this player got better. That player got better. We saw Kellen Moore learn from his mistakes in September into December. That's the key for me. I still actually believe in Kellen Moore, believe it or not. Rant aside, I still do believe in Kellen Moore. But there are some things that you can critique like I am and call out and say, oh, what do we have here? Doesn't mean you want to get him fired, because I know some fans are going to come. I'll rewatch this on the replay and say, yo, man, this guy, Jono, sky is falling. Not at all. The sky can't fall when you lose 44-6 or whatever the score was. We scored a garbage touchdown, 44-13 or whatever. The sky's already falling. Shit. I just want Kellen Moore to improve, man. I want Kellen Moore to show the team to make me see improvement out of the team. And we took a huge step back this past Sunday. Hurricane Mikey says the play clock winding down was the best part of the game. Yeah, now look, mind you, this is what we asked for. This is what I asked for. I'd rather this than be in the purgatory. I told y'all, I am comfortable being in hell. I just still, and I'm just being honest, and I hope that, they give me a reason too, but right now in my heart of hearts, and I can't be anything but transparent to you guys. I didn't get this far with a platform with, lying to try to make fans feel better, to cover my ass or anything like that. But I, in my heart of hearts, still do not fully believe in anybody on this team right now to be like, this is going to be the reason why we in 2027 are a great team again. Not even with Kellen Moore. And it's early, and he might wind up making me look really stupid in October. Maybe that ass kicking was what we need. Him, the players and all that you might see like a tough, battle-tested, disciplined team these next 2 or 3 games. Is going to be really tough in Buffalo on Sunday, but maybe we get that. But until we get that, I can only go by the data that we've seen so far. I'm seeing penalties every week. I'm seeing like boneheaded decisions. I'm seeing damn near, not growth in players, but regression in players. Like Chris Olave, this is probably his worst start to a season in his 4 years as a New Orleans Saint. And it's like, come on, man, what am I able to like latch on to as a team of as a fan of a rebuilding team to say, well, at least we got this and we got that. Right now, the only thing I can really say is, Kelvin Banks looks like a good first-round pick. And hopefully Fuaga gets healthy. Good Lord, this injury bug already, that we can feel like at least our tackles are going to be great players for us going forward. But even the O-line as a whole, man, like, let's be honest, the O-line as a whole does not look good. And it's like, come on, man. Shaheed, like, and then you ask yourself, okay, well, is that Rattler who's not getting the ball down the field effectively enough or what? And it's just nothing. That's like nothing to like say, man, I'm really happy though that we got this player or that the head coach did this. Let me know if I'm wrong. Is there anything that you guys are seeing that you're like, hey, Jono, you're overreacting. Look at this player. Look how great he's playing. We got something building with this. I don't know. Bruce Saint says Sean Payne will complain about players smiling and chewing gum. And look, again, y'all, it's, because we were the main ones all yet, and including me, we gotta look at the windshield, not the rear view mirror. We can't keep going back to the Sean Payne did this, Sean Payne did that. I understand that, but it's really hard. Like when Sean Payne and Drew Brees set a standard that was so damn great that you just want the next guy to match it, and maybe match is the wrong word, because obviously that was a good case in point that Sean Payne and Drew Brees are going to be the greatest Saints head coach and quarterback that we ever witnessed in our lives, which makes me sad, right? Because I'm hoping, God willing, that I got like 50, maybe even 60 more years left on this planet. So I will hope that there's a day where I'm like, man, we actually found a head coach that is a better historical coach than Sean Payne. Oh, man, we actually got a quarterback that's going to go down historically as better than Drew Brees. But right now, it seems like the odds are like, nah, 2005 to 2021 was like your great era, Saints fans. I hope y'all enjoyed it because they'll probably never get as great as that again. I don't want to always go down, but Sean Payne would have did this or Sean Payne would have did that. But, man, he set such a high standard that you're like, it led to wins. And so far, we've not gotten wins out of the Dennis Allen era or the Kellen Moore era. And I'm not expecting wins right now out of the Kellen Moore era, but I do want to see progress. The main comparison that a lot of fans go to, the every damn near fan that's rebuilding go to, is Dan Campbell and the Lions. And every fan says, well, look at the Lions, Dan Campbell's first year. They went 3-13-1, I believe. But, I feel like with Dan Campbell's Lions that first year, you saw development, right? Like you saw they were building something. Let me know in the chat, yes or no? Simple question, yes or no? Do you feel like we've started the process of building something here under the Kellen Moore era? Simple yes or no question. Right now, with my heart, I can't say yes. I want to say yes, and I maybe am overreacting, but right now in my heart, I cannot say yes. At some point, I probably hope to do say yes. But right now, 3 games in, I mean, it's a fine team. I do think they fight. I think overall they fight. But I don't see like a culture being built so far. It's only 3 weeks. I know, y'all, but we can only go by the data, right? Like, I can't go on a show every week and be like, y'all, we just got to keep being patient. We got to keep being patient. I mean, you can critique the data that we've seen so far. Bruce Saint says, yes, Bruce Saint left a voicemail, so maybe he explained further in his voicemail. I did not listen to the voicemails before I put them up this week. So when we get to that, maybe Bruce Saint will explain more. But we'll see why he maybe say yes. Or Bruce Saint, if you didn't explain it, let me know why in the chat right now. Slim South says no. Skywalker says no. And my lovely friend Sandra does say yes. So if y'all saying yes, let me know why. I would love to know, like, you know, because maybe I will look back at this and be like, damn, I probably was overreacting a little bit. But I mean, I can only go with my gut. I remember when we had Dennis Allen after the first 3 weeks, and then we lost in week 3 to Carolina. So Sam Darnold, ironically, in Carolina, like they whipped out butts. That was the game that Jameis got injured, I think, again. I just played like crap, 2 interceptions. And I remember going on the stream right after the game and being like, ooh, I don't feel it. I don't feel like this is going to be a culture that's, you know, going to be able to be sustainable to the greatness that we just saw with Brees and Payton. I wind up being right, unfortunately. I was hoping to be wrong. But all that to say, I can only go by my gut. Right now, I don't really see a culture being built. Not with 8 penalties a game. Not when we're leading the league in penalties. That's not a culture being built to me. That's an undisciplined bad football team. And at least Dan Campbell was that rah-rah. Like, you know, like he said the right things at the press conference that you're like, hey, man, we got Dan Campbell. We're going to be like, Kellen Moore doesn't say anything that you could be like, hey, we got, you know, he's very bland of a personality. And Lord knows in New Orleans, we love our personalities. So Sandra says we have to be patient. It is hard as hell, but this phase process requires time to develop. Valid point, Sandra. And I agree. We do have to be patient. I am trying my best. If y'all watch my reaction video, I didn't yell. I didn't rant. I say I'm exercising grace and I'm exercising patience. But I do use my live streams to just kind of say how I feel, because I don't mind being stupid. I don't mind being hypocritical. I don't mind being wrong. I hope I am wrong right now. But so far, I haven't seen much to be excited about for 2026 and beyond. We're probably going to get a top 3 draft pick, so that's going to definitely make us all excited for sure. But I'm hoping that Kellen Moore and some of these players at least gives me some optimism with the current team we have, that I'm like, okay, these players and this head coach, along with this upcoming draft class where we got a top 3, maybe even the number 1 overall pick, really gives me optimism that, hey, we actually are doing something going into 2026 and beyond. Human Bataille says, I predicted us to go 0-13 and finish 2-15. Slim South says it is early, but this team has no discipline at all. Facts. And Bruce Saint says, okay, week 3 was horrible, but we can't ignore the first 2 weeks and how competitive they were. Now, if we go 0-11 to start, then yes, but Kellen can learn. And Bruce Saint, I actually do not mind if we go 0-11. I don't. The wins and losses aren't necessarily my main takeaway. My main takeaway is, how did the team look? They looked horrible on Sunday. Horrible. Week 1 and 2, yes, they did fight. I will say, if I'm going to play devil's advocate and be an annoying fan, you know, we were playing the 49ers like without some of their best players. So, like, imagine if Kittle and Brock Purdy and all them did play. But either way, you can only play the team on your field. And so, yes, I will say week 1 and 2 were very, very promising starts. But it felt like we ran into a brick wall in week 3, and it's like, damn. Then you wonder, like, okay, are the Cardinals and the MASH unit of the 49ers even worthy of being excited about playing the tough football games against? It's going to be, we'll find out this Sunday with the Buffalo Bills. Good Lord have mercy. After getting your ass whooped 44-13, I don't even remember what the score was. The remedy is usually not, hey, go play the best team in the NFL now. But here we are. We are about to play the Buffalo Bills. And I'm excited about this, you guys, because for the first time ever on my live stream, and shout out to over 300 people watching us across all platforms. This is actually a historic edition of the Jono Barnes Show, because I am going to have on an opposing fan for the first time. And now I know that a lot of you Saints fans probably have no reason to venture over into Buffalo Bills land on social media, because they're not in our conference, right? They're not a rival of ours, anything like that. So you probably aren't up to date on what's happening in Buffalo Bills land. But there is this guy. He goes by the name of Brother Bill. He's an interesting character, that Brother Bill is. Not much is known about him. But what is known is that he is possibly the best Bills content creator out there. Me and Brother Bill first crossed paths in 2021. When he learned very early on why this shit was more than a game. You see, y'all remember, we played the Buffalo Bills on Thanksgiving Day. Trevor Siemian was our quarterback. And I went to old Brother Bill. And I say, Brother Bill, yes, I know Trevor Siemian is my quarterback. And I know that the Saints have like 6 or 7 players right now currently on IR. But I actually think that you guys are going to see why firsthand this shit is more than a game. And what happened? The Bills whooped our ass, boy. Good Lord. They made that one of the worst Thanksgivings I ever had in my life. And I made a bet, though, because that's how much strongly I am this shit more than a game and how carried away I get sometimes. And I say, hey, brother Bear, if we win this game, I'm going to give you some Abita beer, Louisiana owned. You're going to down that beer. And you're going to say, who that? And brother Bill will say, Jono, that's fine. But if we don't, you got to have some of Labatt Blue. This is a popular Bills beer, apparently. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. And you got to down it. Needless to say, I downed it. And as I had Bills soaking over me after that Bills Saints game in 2021, clothes drenched in the stench of that Buffalo beer, watching highlights of my team get their ass whipped by the Buffalo Bills, I text Brother Bill and I say, don't worry, we're going to get our lick back. Say one thing about New Orleans, Brother Bill, is that we are going to get our lick back. And in 2025, we probably damn sure ain't getting our lick back now. But ladies and gentlemen, let me show you guys a little bit of what Brother Bill is all about. And please excuse me, but unfortunately, because of these stupid YouTube copyright laws, I kind of had to dub over what he usually has for his audio with some generic music. But the visuals alone should show you just what you are about to get with Brother Bill. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the first time an opposing fan to the This Shit More Than a Game dungeon, and give it up for the one and only Brother Bill.
What up, Jono?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cute, huh? Oh, my team is 3-0. Everything's great in Buffalo, brother. I am 0-3. What you mean, what's up, Jono? I'm in a pissed off mood right now, Brother Bill.
I haven't seen that video in so long. That was cracking me up.
It's funny. I bet you. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, Brother Bill. I'm gonna be honest. I want to get through this conversation amicably, so I'm just gonna give you a bit of a forewarning. Please just be gentle, okay? You're coming on the show, you're laughing. Everything's great. Everything's not great in New Orleans, Louisiana right now, okay? So just a little forewarning. Watch yourself. Let's do this conversation amicably, okay?
Okay.
Brother Bill, great to have you on the show. All jokes aside, pleasure. I know how busy you are, and I know that you, as you just saw from that video, Saints fans, how creative and how much effort you can see he goes into creating these weekly videos that he does, that he posts every Sunday morning, that gets the Bills fans all throughout New York and above excited and, ready for a great game. And so, Brother Bill, all that to say, how excited are you truly about your Bills right now in 2025 with y'all 3-0 start?
I'm excited, man. Like, it's tough though, because we've been here for the last 4 seasons. Like, we're just stuck in this like can't beat the Chiefs purgatory. But I am excited, and the Chiefs are doing bad right now. The Ravens are, 1-2 as well, and they play each other next week. So one of those teams is going to be 1-3, which is super intriguing for me as a Bills fan.
You say, we all know that the Bills kind of honestly, Brother Bill, have been like the Saints from 2017 to 2020, where great regular seasons, we just could never knock down that Super Bowl window. Like, damn it, we get so close and we can't just get past it. Technically, we got screwed in 2018, but that's not here nor there.
You want to know something really that you're going to really hate?
Please.
Nicole Roby was my favorite Bill. He was a Bill. I had his jersey. Might have been the only person with a Nicole Roby jersey when he was in Buffalo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a great interview with Brother Bill. All right, actually, no, I gotta be professional. Give me a moment. Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, that was great. But enough about that, Brother Bill. I will say I love your videos. I kid you not. The first thing I do on my game days, I'm not any, relationship with the Buffalo Bills whatsoever, but one of the first things I do to start my Sunday game days is I'll watch your hype videos, knowing it has nothing to do with my goddamn team whatsoever, but you are just so damn creative, and I am like at awe of what you create sometimes with your Bills videos. We all saw what he did with the Saints game in 2021. Had a few fans, Brother Bill, saying, "Don't disrespect the crawfish again." But what inspired you, Brother Bill, to actually like start those videos, and like what made you go, I want to do these type of videos week in, week out throughout the season for my fellow Bills fans?
It was kind of like just that COVID year, and like you couldn't go tailgate, and like for the longest time, Bills were only known as tailgaters because our team was really, really bad for most of my life. So they took that away from us too, and I was just like, damn, what do we do now? And I was a barber, so I was like heavily affected by like COVID stuff, not being able to cut hair and everything. So I just took my free time and was like, maybe I'll just try to find a way to fill a void of like the tailgates that I'm used to going to every single weekend and all that stuff. So I just started doing that. And at first it was super basic stuff. Like it was like we played Seattle, so I went to Starbucks and just got a coffee and like stepped on it, and real like basic, like it was like 40 seconds, 30 seconds, and it just like took off. I think the big one I did was I drove all the way to Pittsburgh just to get a sandwich, drove home with the Pittsburgh sandwich, and then like punted it as soon as I got home. And that was the one that like people started really liking. And then it just started becoming like mini movies, and I'm like a movie buff, so it kind of combined like my two like loves of just like I love movies, I love the Bills. So I make a mini movie every weekend, and I've been going, I think this is my 6th season now, so it's pretty crazy.
That's dedication. One, to drive to Pittsburgh, but two, I have noticed like your love and affection for movies because you parody a lot of movies.
Yeah.
That's relevant to the team that you're playing that respective weekend. How long do these videos take? Like I watch them and I'm like, how does this guy have a job? Like one of the things that you think like, this takes like 3 days at minimum for you to achieve the shots and the clips that you were able to get. I mean, you had a brass band. You hired a brass band. Like that's not something you just do every day while having a 9 to 5. How long do these videos take to actually, film, to edit, and then to get up?
It's probably like 10 hours a week, probably, honestly. And like the hardest part is like I have to get all the, I have to think of the ideas in like a timely manner so I can get the props I need and the random stuff I need, like the jazz band. I'm lucky though. I'm a barber, so I have clients who do like so many things.
Right.
So, like one of my clients is in the military like band. So I was like, yo, you think you get like a few of your members from like this? He's like they're like in the military jazz band.
Yeah.
So like they got a few people who are, and everyone's a Bills fan around here, which makes it easy too. It's like, oh, it's for this Bills thing. And everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm down. So that helps. But yeah, like the creative process, just thinking and then actually doing it probably is like 10 hours a week, I would say.
That's incredible because these videos are not easy. It's not like, some of the videos you watch of me, you can be like, oh, anybody could do that. But I watch some of your videos and I'm like, you got to have talent to do some of the things that you do. Do you have like you've done it for 6 years now. It's become hugely popular in Bills land. And no disrespect to any fellow Bills content creators, but I've seen other Bills content creators, but I feel like you are above and beyond the top dog right now, if you want to say it that. But do you have any dreams or goals to where you want to take your content in the future? Do you want to one day say, you know what, I would love to have this passionate of an audience that I can do this full time? And you cut hair, so maybe you never want to stop cutting hair, but do you say, hey, you know, I would love to do content full time and just focus on, you know, Bills content, maybe start my own live stream, maybe become an analyst for a Buffalo Bills media conglomerate or something like that?
That'd be cool, but like, to be honest, dude, I do love cutting hair, so like I've never really thought about stopping it. This was just something fun. I kind of like keeping it as like it's like a fun outlet. That's my guy.
No, he's not my guy this weekend. He's told me a million times why, but I don't understand how you can be from Louisiana and rep the Bills. But I'm being amicable right now to you and to Mr. Professor Nick Harrison.
That's the man.
Go ahead, yeah.
But yeah, I like to keep it kind of fun. Like there's definitely opportunities that have arose from it, and it's like very organic, and like I like that. I like keeping it like fun and not like a job really. So I won't lie though, every year once you get to that final stretch into the season, I'm like, oh my God, am I really gonna do this? And I'm also like, how am I gonna think of things again? Like the Jets, right, Dolphins, Patriots. I've done them like 14 times, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. There's only so many.
But somehow it just pops in my head last second. I feel like I don't even like stress as much as I used to, because I'm like, all right, something will pop in my head at some point.
Has it been hard, I guess, to keep up that passion, given the fact that y'all seasons the past 4 years now has ended in like the most miserable heartbreak? And, you know, hey, this is something that you and I can, you know, join together on, because we had that feeling from 2017 to 2020. It's like, God damn, we find like the most heartbreaking ways for us to lose in the playoffs. Has it been hard to like keep that passion up? And how have you just dealt in general, like as a fan? Like I remember, man, you go into the offseason after like a great season, you lose on a heartbreaker. We had the Minnesota Miracle, we had the no call in 2000, and you're like, man, there's no way I'm gonna get excited again about the team. And then the team starts doing good again in the regular season. You're like, you can't help it, right? Like for us, this shit more than the game. You guys are Buffalo Bills pride. How have you dealt with that heartbreak the past 4 years and been able to bounce back and keep that passion and keep that optimism?
I will say, I feel like last year got me a little bit back in like the headspace of like enjoying it again. I feel like the last like what would that be, 2022, 2023, those 2 years, like we're really starting to break me. I feel like we're like, we just the 13 seconds obviously, and then you got the Bengals just beating the, like, I can swear on here obviously, right?
Oh yeah, the shit more than
beating the shit out of us at home. That was like tragic. I was in the stands. It was just ugly. And you kind of just feel like you're stuck in a rut, and like you have this coach who's really good regular season dude, and can he get you over the top, and is he the right guy, or are we just happy, you know? Like I don't know if everyone knows, but like, well, I think it was 17, 18 years without the playoffs. Like I was 5, and then they didn't make the playoffs again until I was 24, I think. So I went like almost my whole cognitive life without knowing playoffs. So that kind of helps too, because even, you know, we're losing the playoffs and you're pissed, but like you also like, man, I didn't even know what the playoffs were like my whole life. So it's better than what it was.
Do you believe in Sean McDermott? Because I remember you've had some takes in the past that's been very polarizing about him. As of September 23rd, 2025, do you believe in Sean McDermott?
I believe in him now more than I did 2 years ago. I would say that.
All right. I want to say it was last year. I was in Kansas City. We had a Monday night game against Kansas City. So I was able to see how you guys lost to the Houston Texans, and you went off. And I remember I was like, oh,
that was probably my yeah.
I ain't never seen Pinto Ron go this hard on the team before.
It's hard because Bills fans really, really like him, and like I don't think he's a bad coach. I think that's like the thing. It's like he's one of those I always say this about him, and this is a safe place because I think it's mostly Saints fans, so I don't think I can even just don't clip this on me.
Oh, I will clip it. I'll be nice. I won't clip this part, but go ahead.
I'm kidding. I just think he's the type of dude who could take like a bottom 5 roster to a wild card. but he's also the type of dude who will take a top 5 roster to a wild card. Like that's just how I kind of feel about him. And I do see changes in him, which like last year in the playoffs, Baltimore beat the shit out of us in the week 2 or 3 game. That is crazy and sad. And we match up with them in the playoffs again. And damn, I'm drawing a blank now. We match up with the Ravens in the playoffs.
Y'all beat them.
And we beat them. And he's a dude who does not stray from like his game plan. And that's like one of the things that he loves, like a soft shell, like sit back defense. Don't let a big play happen behind you. Keep everything in front of you. But you kind of let like a lot of dink and dunk stuff just keep happening. And he loves playing.
I'm taking notes to send to the Saints after this.
And he loves playing 2 linebackers in like, you know, an extra cornerback and all that stuff. And like Derrick Henry runs down our throat most of the time. And last playoff, he played 3 linebackers. And that was something I never thought I would see him do. So like those little things do kind of get me not so mad about him lately. Like the last, probably since that week 3 game when I was crashing out like about the Texans or whenever that week was, I was crashing out bad. From that point on, he has kind of like regained me. I will say that.
Yeah, you need to be like me, Brother Bill. No crash out. Lord knows I never crashed out. All right, here's the most important question, Brother Bill. And we have over 623 people watching across all platforms. We have over 500 on Twitter. Now, I am positive that's because Brother Bill retweeted this, and he has a huge, amazing Bills audience. So shout out to you, Brother Bill, for that. But do you believe that the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl this season?
Yes.
Hey, I love it. I love that even at the years of heartbreak, you believe this is the year. I want to say, Brother Bill, I actually do. Even before me and you became friends and everything, like I had a coworker who was a huge Bills fan. So because of that, like since 2014, I kind of adopted the Bills as my AFC team during y'all Tyrod Taylor and EJ Manuel days. I was like, oh, that's another fun team to cheer for the AFC, even though they're not good at the time. And y'all just lose and it's like every year, no matter how good y'all are, y'all find a reason. And no matter how pedestrian the Chiefs look, y'all can't get over that hump. And I'm like, I am never going to pick against Patrick Mahomes until the Bills give me a goddamn reason to say that they are finally going to get over that hump. I'm looking at the Chiefs this year, and I'm like, yet again, these guys are beatable. Like, they're not this juggernaut of a team that is impossible to beat. You guys are likely going to have home field advantage due to y'all fast start. I hope I'm not jinxing y'all with that. And yet, I still can't look at you with a straight face, Brother Bill, and say y'all going to beat the Chiefs this year.
I don't blame you. Like the history is there. Dude, sometimes it just feels, I hate doing it and I hate saying it, but like it feels like we're cursed. Like we are so like it's right there for us. That dude, honestly, the Ravens game last year, the playoff game. So I went to the Broncos one last second because I've been to 4 playoff games now, or 3 at that point. 3 at that point. And we lost all of them. So I'm like,
don't go to
yeah, right. So I'm like, hold on. I'm gonna go to the Broncos game. Last second, the tickets were cheap actually. And I'm like, this is the test. Like, if we lose the Broncos, I am never going to a playoff game again. Like, it's just me. I know that. I'm taking the blame. I'm never going again. Go do first drive. I don't know if you remember, Bo Nix throws like a 50-yard dot touchdown in the end zone that I'm sitting at. And I'm like, that's it, man. Like, I cannot come to these anymore. And we ended up playing really well and beating them. And then I go to the Ravens one. And dude, that was the first time in my life truly where I felt like we were just lucky. Like it felt like angels in the outfield. Like Mark Andrews drops a wide open 2-point conversion.
And that's when I was like,
fumble, like didn't even like get hit. You just like put the ball on the ground basically. And I was like, dude, this is the first time in my life I feel lucky. Like I feel like it's on our side. Football gods are with us. But then we go to Kansas City. The game's there for us. Josh makes a crazy play to even get the ball downfield. I feel like the catch looked harder than it was. Like I know Kincaid had to kind of stop and like lunge forward, but bro, that was a rainbow like 2-mile-per-hour floater that went right through his hand, man.
I think you got to be like an elite tight end to make that catch. So
I thought that at first, and then the more I know I'm watching it slow down and all.
Yeah, you probably watching it 1,000 times to watching it 3 times, so you know better than me. But when I watched it, I was like, yeah, you gotta be like a Superman type player to get that type of catch. So I was
the year before that, dude, is Diggs does the same thing, like ball right through his hands, driving on the Chiefs. Like that's his last notable play as a Bill.
Yeah, Diggs didn't do that for us, but go ahead.
It's just sometimes you feel cursed, but at some point it's got to end. And like it just has to. It's the only thing keeping me going.
Have you ever like, I'm sure you have like just thought about if we make the Super Bowl, what my pregame video is going to be for that? I'm sure you've had thoughts like, oh, I already know what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta say it out loud. I don't want you to jinx it. But I'm sure.
I definitely do. And it would be like it'd be touching. I feel like more so.
I want to look. My team ain't going anytime soon, so I'm like, I cheer for you guys come January, and I'm like, I'm about to stop cheering for them because somehow I wind up being sad in January when I don't need to be sad because my team ain't even in it. Do you think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah.
You think he's the best quarterback? You think he's better than Mahomes and Lamar?
Dude, the weird thing is like Lamar's amazing, Pat's amazing,
right?
But like Pat hasn't played like amazing the last couple. You know what I mean? Like it sounds crazy because like
no, I agree. I
remember like whatever it was, probably 7 years ago now, maybe when he first kind of came out. I was like, dude, this guy's like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And like he hasn't looked like I know he's amazing still, and I know they're winning all the time, but like he hasn't looked amazing in like a year and a half.
Yep.
Ish.
And I have argued down for his behalf the past 2 seasons because I'm like, y'all, stop it.
I feel like I'm just kind of reaching this point now, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, this isn't the
and this is the year.
Fantasy, and he's like, I know fantasy's not real football, but like his fantasy stats stink. Like he's untouchable in fantasy.
On my team last year. This is the first year. I mean, he looked pretty good Sunday, but I'm like, at some point, like you got to show that you are that, and they win. And I promise you, I'm a Patrick Mahomes advocate. I like. It's hard for me to like argue like, oh, he is the best pure quarterback when Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are just playing like incredible week in and week out, and Mahomes is playing okay, and he's maybe like going with the game plan or whatnot. But I'm like, it's hard for me to keep making these arguments because I was arguing down all offseason. I was like, these national media pundits need to shut the hell up. Mahomes is only getting to the Super Bowl every year. You can't, have this. I'll call it a hot take like that. Josh Allen and Lamar, the better than him when they're not able to. I know it's not a head-to-head matchup in the playoffs, but they can't get over that hump. So, Tom Mahomes. But the way Allen and Lamar have started the season, it's hard to argue. I'm gonna still say Mahomes. Like if you put a gun to my head, I'll say Mahomes. And don't hate me. I actually think if you also put a gun to my head and say pick one quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, I would probably say I want Lamar over Josh. But Josh is great, man. And he's funny, sure. Like the hard knocks really made me see, like, this guy really is like genuine, like just a chill guy who is perfect for the city of Buffalo. To be honest.
What I was gonna say. I feel like there is like a sense of that. Like Lamar in New Orleans would fit really well. Like that'd be sick.
We had a shot to draft Lamar, but we took some guy named Marcus Davenport. But now they're here nor there. We're talking about the Bills. Go ahead.
But I do feel like it comes in like Josh and like cold weather. Like he just like is Buffalo. Like I really do feel that. But like I'm not gonna get mad at anyone for saying Lamar's better than Allen or like Mahomes better than Allen. Like it wouldn't make me mad. I think last year during the whole MVP debate, I really tried to be like a calming press. It was a very like heated whole thing going on. It was like, dude, whoever wins, like the other one is the second best player in the league. So like, I'm not gonna be mad if Josh is the second best player in the league to Lamar, who's unbelievable. Like it's kind of I'm gonna go with my guy because he's my guy. And he looks great. He's played great, but like I can totally see why people say Lamar, Mahomes. But outside of that, I don't think there's anyone else in that. I think that those three separate themselves.
For that MVP race, there was no wrong answer. I was happy for you guys when he was named MVP because he was in New Orleans. It was for the Super Bowl, and actually that was another thing. It being in New Orleans last year, the Super Bowl, like I really thought, oh, this is going to be fun. Like the Bills fans are going to come take over the city of New Orleans, and I get to meet some of these guys. I would have hoped that you would have been able to make the trip. And I was getting excited. I was like, oh, I might be able to meet. But a Bill, I know I'm gonna see my guy, Professor Nick Harrison. Great Bills fans that I've gotten to know over the past 4 years, and of course, y'all didn't get it done. But I hope that you guys will be in San Francisco It's your brother Bill, and knowing that the Saints damn sure ain't coming close to sniffing the Super Bowl this season, I will be cheering for you guys come January, but I damn sure won't be cheering for you guys this upcoming Sunday. What is your confidence level for this game? And be honest, bro. You ain't got to be humble. You ain't got to be like, oh, well, this is the type of game where the Bills usually have a trap game and, probably come out slinging it, so it's probably not going to be. I know that's what you're going to say. Oh, it's probably going to be closer than you think, Saints fans. But be honest. What is your confidence level about this game on Sunday? We are, by the way, look, brother, hold on. Vegas has us as 16.5. We are 16.5 underdogs.
That is crazy.
And it's probably too low. We probably should be like 21-point underdogs. But how confident are you this Sunday against the New Orleans Saints?
I would say this. I wouldn't take the spread. I would just do money line if I'm betting. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of points. 16.5. That's crazy. But
you saw what Seattle did to us, right?
Yes, I did.
That's what Sam Donald. Okay, now we're going to Josh Allen land. I don't know. I think 16.5 might be actually too low in my opinion.
I mean, I do feel confident that we're gonna win. I hate doing this stuff too because I do feel like I jinx myself, but I do feel confident. I don't know if it'll be that bad. I wouldn't, like I said, I would do the money line, but I don't know. You said it too. Like, there's trap games. I do feel like we might have already had ours a little bit with the Dolphins last week. Like, we didn't play our best, so that makes me feel a little more confident. But I don't really know like much about. Like, I need you to fill me in a little bit. Like, what is like so gone wrong with you guys? Like, I know the quarterback situation is pretty terrible, but like outside of that, I don't watch the Saints a ton.
I don't blame you. Honestly, right now, it's just our talent level isn't great, and our best players are players that's in their twilight. So Demario Davis, Cam Jordan, and running back years, Alvin Kamara is ancient. Still very good players, but when these guys are in the twilight of their careers and they're your best players, probably not a great sign for your team. We don't have any like young promise. We do have promising players, but none that makes you go, oh, these guys are going to be stars. Kellen Moore, first year head coach. He's had some positives, some negatives so far. And truthfully, it's just our team the past 3 years tried to contend, even though Sean Payne and Drew Brees left, when we probably should have used that opportunity to say, hey, let's kind of blow Danes up, if you want to use that terminology, and quietly rebuild the roster. But unfortunately, we tripled down on this guy named Dennis Allen, who is known as Satan in New Orleans, and it led our franchise back. And now we are in a history where we are trying to rebuild the house from the ground up again. And it's definitely going to take a lot of time because ultimately, brother Bill, like the talent just isn't there. Definitely not on y'all level. So it would be a shock if we beat you guys for sure. Maybe it is a trap game for y'all. I mean, y'all had 10 days off after the past Thursday game, so I can't see you guys not coming up prepared, but maybe they surprise a lot of people this Sunday, but we're just not in a good spot right now. But hopefully Kellen Moore can turn it around. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking more forward to your pregame hype video Sunday than the actual game. I don't need you to spoil anything, but I imagine it's Tuesday night. You already kind of have a feel for what angle and direction you're going with. Can you give us a little preview? You ain't got to spoil anything. You just give us like a little preview of what we should expect, because I know a lot of Saints fans now are going to be looking forward to that video of how you do your pregame Bills versus Saints hype video this Sunday. Is there anything you can give us a preview of?
It'll be like a Mardi Gras kind of like thing.
Okay.
There'll be I don't want to give too much away, but like
no. The Mardi Gras theme is more than enough information. I'm looking forward to it. I would love, selfishly, maybe you could throw in this shit more than the game. So it could be in the background, like, I'll send you the logo. You just have like in the background of one of your shots, and maybe, I don't know. I should have sent you a shirt, and I would love for you to have kicked this shit more than the game shirt. But I know enough Bills fans are gonna be like, who is this Jono Barnes guy? I don't know. I'm just saying. You might want to find a way to give me a cameo in it. Okay, just think about that.
I'll sneak you in.
Yeah, I'll text you my beautiful logo, and you can like have the dog sit on it. You're awesome dog. It ain't gotta be like a whole scene, but just like a little small cameo where when I retweet it to my followers, they're like, we could do a Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, look, that's Jono.
Yeah, right.
You do a little Jono cameo in there. I'm looking forward to it, brother Bill. Let's get to some of these questions from fellow Saints fans who have some questions and comments for the great brother Bill who joined us tonight. Who That for Life says, we are due for a win And the Bills are due for a loss. This shit more than a dream. Yeah, keep dreaming. Who that for life? Keep dreaming. Brute Saint says Josh Allen is honestly my favorite quarterback to watch. Chad has a question for you, Bill. He says, Bill, I just need to know what's y'all deal with the table. Does y'all even have a kitchen table in the house?
The table thing just started. I truly think it was out of like how bad we were. Like you would go to games to tailgate. Like maybe not. I always liked watching the game too, but there was a lot of people who like didn't make it through those doors, and like that was their plan that day. Like they were going to there was a bus lot back in the day, party bus lot, and that was like I always compared it to like the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan when like he kind of Tom Hanks gets on the beach and he's like looking around and there's like no sound anymore and it's just like carnage and like dudes picking up their arms. Like that was the bus lot. It was just broken tables everywhere, people jumping off of like huge like the big trucks, like the buses, like the big buses, and I just think we had nothing else. Like the tailgate was better than the game most of those years, so people just went crazy, man. And like, I remember the last year the bus lot's gone now. Like they got rid of it. They turned it into Tailgate Village, which was like a Bills controlled environment. You couldn't bring outside drink. Like dude, it was terrible. No, it didn't work. I think that's gone now too. But the last year the bus lot, I will never forget. They put like police cherry picker in between every like 4 buses, and there'd be like a cop with like a loudspeaker like trying to like yell at anyone, and it just didn't work. Like that didn't work either. Like people were doing it. People were breaking. A girl I knew broke her hip or something, jumping off of. Yeah, dude, it was crazy. So the table thing just took a life. We were so bad that all we had was tables, I think.
I'm a huge wrestling fan. I remember Tommy Dreamer put you through a table, and I was like, I am so jealous. This guy is living my life. How did you get Tommy Dreamer to put you through a table?
Dude, that just like somebody called me and was like, hey, Tommy Dreamer's coming to the game. He needs to put someone through a table for charity. Do you want to do it? It was Leslie and Kim. I don't know if you know Kim, Kristen Kimmick.
I love Kristen.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was them too. They called me.
Awesome.
And, I was just like, yeah, okay.
But
honestly, dude, that was you couldn't ask to be put through a table. Like he was a professional. Like that felt like he was like tucking me into bed at night. Like it was so he's like tuck your chin and then like just like relax. And I did, and he like it was so gentle, and I still smashed through it, but like I felt like I was just like taking a little nap.
I'm so mad that I'm a father now. I know that sounds crazy to say out loud, but I was really looking forward to this game. I was like, this is the game I'm going to this year. Then I just had to have a baby.
I remember us talking about it like 2 years ago.
I went and had a baby, brother Bill, and now he runs my life. And my wife said, "You ain't going no damn Buffalo." And I had like a small window where I was like, I actually think I could pull this off, and take my wife's credit card without her looking and pay for the. But I saw them ticket prices, and I was like, "Good Lord, Buffalo, y'all not bougie on a fan."
No.
I'm like, $500 for nosebleeds. I'm like, I'm not paying $500 for a nosebleed to watch a Spencer Rattler, the New Orleans Saints team. I don't care how much I want to go to. But it's like.
It's because we have no other 1 p.m. Sunday game.
They mentioned that actually on Thursday Night Football. They said like it's a hot ticket because y'all are like, oh, this is our only 12 p.m., 1 p.m. for y'all game of the year. And I'm like, well, that doesn't do anything for me. I wanted to go to the game. And it's y'all last year in the stadium. So I was like, man, I really want to be. I was going to like go do a table myself. If we lost, I was going to say, oh, we could do a bet where if we lose, and Lord knows we're going to lose. Y'all, I wish I could go for the Bill, but I guess I'll hopefully see you now, in 2033 the next time we go to Buffalo. Slim Salt asks, "Ooh, a good one. What is your favorite Buffalo wing?
Like a restaurant to go to, or
I think he means just flavor."
Okay, so there's a place. I'm in Rochester, so that's about like 55 minutes from Buffalo. So it's a little bit outside. We have this place called Windjammers, and they have this sauce called Sweet Canadian, and I don't even know what it really is, but that sauce is so fire. Like, I don't even know I wouldn't know how to explain it even. It's so good, dude.
All right. Now I got to go to Rochester.
If you ever come to Rochester.
Hell yeah. Bruce Saint says, don't worry, brother Bill. Allen's going to have a field day against our secondary, and we ain't got no pass rush worth a damn. He says, bet the over on a 16.5. Bruce Saint also asks, as of now, who do you think is the better?
Oh man.
All right, why can't answer for this one? Brother Bill, who's the better quarterback, Josh Allen or Drew Brees? This is actually a good question, Bruce saying, because I gotta go ahead, Brother Bill, answer the question.
I mean, Drew has a Super Bowl. Like talent-wise, I would say Josh Allen, but Drew Brees has the hardware, so if we don't get I'll give it I'll wait till I'll let you guys.
No. And this is the shit more than the game show, brother. You gotta come hard or come at all. If Josh Allen ends up winning the Super Bowl, are you going to put Josh Allen over Drew Brees?
Yes.
That's crazy. Because I can see it now that the national media is trying to set up Lamar and Josh, and already for sure, Pat, I understand, to go over Drew Brees in the all-time standings if they eventually get a ring. I'm telling you right now, brother, no, he is not better than Drew Brees. One of the greatest raw talent quarterbacks ever, and maybe when time is all said and done, he could be a top 10 quarterback. He is not, and I really do some homework tonight. Go watch Drew Brees highlights. I'm not going to understand. Go watch some goddamn Drew highlights.
I'm not taking anything away from Drew.
I remember one game he had like 5 touchdowns on y'all, so it ain't like you never got to see it up close.
My first game was before Drew Brees, but my first game I ever went to was a Bills Saints game.
Wasn't it the game right after September 11 when
right before September?
Oh
11.
yeah, we whooped y'all ass too. That was the week 1 or week 2 game. I remember that. Aaron Brooks was our quarterback. That's a crazy first game to go to.
It was not good. I think my first 6 games I went to, we did not win.
We were actually whooping y'all ass for a hot minute until Thanksgiving last year. Y'all finally.
I'll never forget. 2006. It might have been right after you guys came, after Hurricane Katrina. And Terrence McGee. I'll never forget this. He was our return man. He was sick. It was right before halftime. Kickoff return.
Yep.
He busts loose. He's free. There's no Saints.
Yep.
Clock hits 0. He trips over his own feet at the 2. And then we got to halftime. We don't even score a point.
I'll never
forget that.
That was in San Antonio. That was one of the rare games we had because we were at this place, and that was one of the only 3 wins we had that season was against y'all. How bad are y'all that y'all couldn't beat the Katrina scenes? I remember that game. I remember that season, unfortunately, vividly, but I remember that play.
I'll never forget that moment, jumping on my couch, go, and then then you have to get up and go to halftime. It wasn't even you can get 3 points out of this. It's oh no, nothing.
All right. Y'all getting y'all lick back on us, so. ASAP Thickness, who is from New York, and if not from New York, she's living in New York right now. So she says, Brother Bill, which has better subs? Wegmans, I hope I'm saying that right, Brother Bill. DeBellas?
Yeah, you said both right.
Hey, go ahead, huh?
DeBellas. Wegmans uses DeBellas bread recipe, so I gotta give it to DeBellas. Both are really good though. Both are really good. In Rochester, my favorite sub, I like both those places. Very good subs. But Rubino's in Rochester is the most elite subs, in my opinion. Fire.
When we hang out in New York, we're going to hang out eventually one day, Brother Bill. And
I know. We do. Hey, by the next matchup, our kids might be making bets at that point because it's started soon. Probably.
Wait. You got an announcement to make about a kid? Or you just
no. But not right now. But we just got married this past summer, so.
Congratulations, by the way. How's married life been?
It's the same. We live together already, so we're
is your wife a huge fan or a casual fan, kind of in between? Because my wife's kind of in between.
I would say more than casual, but not you know what I mean. She likes it. She likes to watch. She will watch every game. I will say that. Even if I'm at the game and she can come, she's gonna watch. Her grandma is a famous Buffalo hat lady. They call her. So Josh Allen's gone to her house before to get hats.
Wow.
New Era started in Buffalo, and her grandpa was really good friends with the dude who founded it. And he would just give him hats. They have, I'm not kidding you, it's the end of Indiana Jones with all the dudes wheeling the stuff through the on the floor box. That's what their house is, just hats on top of hats. So they have if I had to put a number, 30,000 hats maybe. And they're all retro, from the 50s or 60s or 70s to 2003 maybe. Sick, dude. There's probably Saints hats in there.
And yet, your famous hat is actually not from that, right? I believe it's from your grandpa, right?
My dad.
Your dad. Okay, your dad.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's the type of shit why this shit more's in the game.
Yeah.
I'm a little insulted you didn't wear the signature hat on my show. I mean, what? I know the Saints are down bad right now, but geez. All right, there we go. Look at that. Very convenient, huh? Very efficient. There we go. Now, that's the Brother Bill that we wanted. Y'all see down below. That's the Brother Bill with his very famous signature hat. And you actually said, I saw in an interview, you said that it's crazy. Like, it's like a Clark Kent Superman thing. Like, you put on that hat, suddenly Bills fans at the stadium, Brother Bill. But if you take it off, you'll be surprised how many people just kind of walk right past you. It's that hat makes you the Superman, famous Brother Bill persona, I guess.
There's a lot of long-haired, mustached white guys in Buffalo. So I blend in pretty good with it if I don't have the hat on.
Carl Dunn asks, I don't know why you said it like that, Carl, but he says it's catsup. Ron. Wait, maybe that might be catsup. Ron still okay? That's
so. Do you know who that is? Do you not know?
No idea. I have no idea.
Really?
No.
Pinto Ron, the dude who gets. You seen the dude with the ketchup and mustard all over him?
I might have. I didn't know if he had a name. I guess I called him the ketchup.
Pinto Ron. Yes, he's still alive. I don't think he really does the ketchup mustard much anymore. He might do it like a couple times a year now. He's definitely. He had like open heart surgery a few years ago and it went well, so that's good. But I think he's kind of slowed down on the ketchup mustard since then. But it's a dude, so you never seen this. This guy, he's been going to every single home and away game for like 40, 50, I don't know what it is, like 40 years maybe. Huge fan. And before every home game at maybe 11:30 it is, he has a huge tailgate. Dude, sick. And everything's like community based. Like you can, I mean, it's weird. They cook like all this food in like weird ways. So there's like dude who has a file cabinet and he cooks pizza in the file cabinet. They have this old red Pinto and the hood is like a stove, is like used as like an oven top, and they cook like all this food on top of the Pinto. And like you could just go up and like grab food and eat it. Sure, they have bowling ball. They have shots they pour into bowling balls, and you drink out of the bowling ball.
I gotta go to a Bills game. I gotta go to a Bills.
Dude comes out, and it's a whole ceremony. Like there's usually ex-players who might go up on this old like Volkswagen Winnebago looking van, and Pinto Ron is this old dude with like a big beard, long hair, and he'll walk like to like the middle, like the van is right in front of him. And he'll grab a burger and he'll open it and he'll like hold it to the sky. And these people will have like huge bottles of ketchup and mustard and they'll just blast him with it until he is completely doused. And it's like a concert. There's like hundreds of people and everyone, they're playing Pour Some Sugar on Me. And like everyone's just going nuts while this dude's getting just absolutely blasted by ketchup and mustard for like.
What a fan base y'all have, man. What a fan base. That's going to lead to my last question, but before we get to that last question, final question from the audience. Hurricane Mike first started off, and he says, do you think the Saints will lose by 50 or 60 points? Brother Bill's already said how he feels about the game, but he also asked this, Brother Bill, if by some chance y'all do lose, how would you feel? Because I felt like your fan base is going to panic. Like, we are the team now that if your team loses to the Saints, it's like, what the hell is going on?
I would be pretty upset, especially like we're really trying to get that 1 seed. Like that's my goal. So like, I really don't want to lose. I'd probably have a Jono crash out if we lose.
I don't crash out. What you talking about? Brother Bill, honestly, thank you so much. I know how busy you are. Like you said, you're a married man, so you just got off of work, and I'm sure your wife is like, where's my husband? You know, I already know he's got a film tomorrow and Thursday, so for you to take time out your schedule to come to this shit more than the game community. The first ever, by the way, opposing fans. So congratulations to, hold on, let's give you a round of applause. Congratulations to you, but please know that unfortunately you are our enemy. So don't think shit's sweet, okay? I know you like your hot wing sweet, but it ain't shit sweet over here. You are officially the enemy. So I leave you with this question. How do you feel about the fan bases? Do you think the Bills is the greatest fan base? And do you actually think the Bills fan base is better than the New Orleans Saints fan base? Because these are two very passionate fan bases, unique in their culture traits that they have. Who do you think is the better fan base?
That's always tough. I mean, obviously I'm going to go with my team, just like you would go with yours. So like, I'll say the Bills are the best, but I appreciate like all the different, like I see the culture that they have and just like it's a cool city. I know, or yeah, it's a cool city. I know that, and I would love to get down there and be a part of like what you guys do too. So I got love and respect for the Saints and the fan base. I'm not trying to beef with you guys.
Yeah, all right, we'll see. We as content creators, but we got to do. I feel bad. You know, I'm almost using my kid as an excuse, but I really wanted to go to that game this year. Feel like it's going to be a missed opportunity, but hopefully, we all play us again in 4 years in New Orleans. Hopefully, maybe you can make that trip and we can make it happen. I know that we play like because of the 17 games, we played the AFC West as that 17th game in 2027, I believe. So maybe a miracle happens and we're actually good, or maybe you guys come back down to reality and you know we match up in the division standings and we get to go to Buffalo in 2027. We'll see about that. But I'll tell you, Mikey and all the fans, y'all asked how Brother Bill would feel if the Saints won. You want to know how I would feel if we won, Brother Bill?
How?
This is how I would feel. But actually, that all respect, you know, I'm glad you had amazing weather. That was fun, but that was also very uncultured and very this shit more than a game. Like this, Brother Bill, is how I would react if we beat y'all on Sunday. Gotta have a little New Orleans flavor to it, Brother Bill. Okay, when we come down, if you ever come down to New Orleans, we'll show you how we get down with the bounce music and all that good stuff. Not no damn Seven Nation Army and all that music y'all do, man. We're gonna show y'all how it comes down in New Orleans. I'm looking forward to your video Sunday, Brother Bill, but please tread lightly, okay? Because I'm coming hard at you on Twitter, and I know your fan base is gonna be confused, like, oh, this guy's an assohole. I don't care. This shit was in the game. So tread lightly on Sunday, okay? And if you do put me in a cameo, in whichever way you do, just know I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Because like I told you after y'all beat us after the Thanksgiving game, I don't forget. I do not forget. So just know that, all right, Brother Bill? I usually end every special guest interview and I say, why did you come on the Jono Barnes Show? And they say, because this shit more than the game. But you are the first ever opposing fan to come on the show. So you don't get that question, Brother Bill. You just get get the hell on out. Bye. Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Bye. That was my best attempt, y'all. That was my best attempt to be very civil, okay? But he's the enemy, man. He's the enemy. Let's hear a word from one of our sponsors. We will then get to the voicemails and we'll wrap up the show of the Jono Barnes Show. Here's a gift just for you for being a fan. Are you going to a sports game or a concert or any major event? Well, buy your tickets from SeatGeek and use the promo code JONO at checkout and you can receive $20 off your purchase over $50. That's $20 off your purchase. What are you waiting for? You know this shit more than a game, man. Hey fans, hit the subscribe button in 3 seconds to make this Falcons fan sad. 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all, all jokes aside, now that he's gone, that's an incredible man. That is an incredible man. When I first started doing content, it was 2021. And someone alerted me of Brother Bill's content right before we played the Buffalo Bills. And at the time, I only had, I say only, but, you know, I was kind of slowly still coming up as a content creator, maybe 2,000 followers, maybe 3,000 at most. And he was already had taken off as a Buffalo Bills content creator, right? And so you will be surprised that, you know, if you go to fellow content creators who have a big audience, they will look at you and say, oh, this guy only has how many followers? I'm not wasting my time doing any type of collaboration or partnership or, you know, dual content with him. But he could not have been the absolute nicest guy. We did the little, you know, bet thing. I cut a wrestling promo on him. I pissed off the whole city of Buffalo because they were like, don't come at Brother Bill. And I had to stay strong and say, you know what? I got to stay in character. So like Buffalo Bills fans hated me for like 4 days until we finally kind of revealed that it was obviously part of a long game of a long sketch that we were doing together. They won the game. I had to do the, you know, Buffalo Bills Bear Stone Cold style, of course. But he was just super nice. He opened up his audience to me, which allowed me to meet so many great Buffalo Bills fans that makes it very easy for me to cheer for the Bills as an AFC team, knowing that our Saints aren't great right now. And I'm telling you, like the Bills fans, incredible fan base. These people who have never met me have sent me like jerseys, sent me wrestling gear. There was this one kid, God rest his soul, man. His name was Eddie. He was dealing with a very rare sickness. But you would never have known, man. That kid had the strength of 10 fully healthy human beings. And he saw the video that I did to Brother Bill. So his dad made him do a response video in good fun to me, and where he cut a wrestling promo on me, and he absolutely knocked it out the park. They're way better than any wrestling promo I could have ever done. And I'll be thinking about Eddie this Sunday because unfortunately he passed away 2 years ago, and he was just the strongest kid ever. And it just showed me, you know, the power of what content could do. That kid was the embodiment of this shit more than the game. But none of that would have ever happened if Brother Bill wasn't nice enough to take a young content creator in 2021 and say, yeah, you know, I'll share my audience with you. We can have some fun. So, you know, y'all going to see me being in character on Twitter this week when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. But an amazing fan base. I joked earlier today about Professor Nick Harrison, an incredible guy. We finally got to meet in person during the Super Bowl weekend in February. A pure-hearted guy who just gave me so many words of wisdom and of reassurance to make me feel reassurance to make me feel like, you know, I was doing something good with my content, because Nick Harrison has like 1 million followers, like on TikTok, on Instagram. He's a big deal. And he came to me and was like, you are doing the damn thing. And him and his wife was amazing. And of course, Brother Bill just an amazing fan base. It is easy. It is so easy to cheer for the Buffalo Bills. And again, I'm going to have fun with Brother Bill. You know, maybe we might wind up doing something later in the week where we find a way to do something creative. So after Sunday, knowing that the Saints are probably going to lose, I can do something funny for the Bills fans and, you know, lose a bet or whatever. But just to go behind the curtain, an incredible fan base. Brother Bill's an incredible guy. And I appreciate him taking time out his busy schedule to join the show tonight. And I appreciate you guys showing it out in the chat. Like, thank you guys, because I'm having an opposing fan on. So, you know, a lot of fans, you Saints fans, could have been like, we got no interest in this. Like, why do we want to hear about the Buffalo Bills? But you guys always show out. You show respect. You have fun. You talk a little trash. That's what it's all about. Like, you know, it's shit more than the game, right? But we're having fun. We're not going personal. We're just having fun. And you guys, you know, I'm sure I've made him feel that Southern hospitality that New Orleans is used to. So I appreciate you guys, chat. I appreciate that comment as well. And shout out to Brother Bill. Hopefully you guys can show him some love. If you are on social media, I forgot to tell him this while he was on. Make sure y'all follow him at D Brother Bill. Is D with 2 E's. Amazing content. Y'all saw the video that I posted earlier of how he does his game day videos. Creative, elaborate, movie-like, just incredible content creator, and probably an even more incredible guy. So shout out to Brother Bill for that. And before we wrap up the show, we got some voicemails. And let me just get some more final thoughts, because I see the Falcons fans have infiltrated our fan base in our chat tonight. I'm glad that they at least waited to after Brother Bill was done so they don't have that Falcon stench on the Buffalo Bills, because we all know they don't need that. But it's so funny, right? Like Jerry G says, it's so funny, like these delusional ass Falcons fans, because let me show y'all something. Look at this. Michael Penix, the great Michael Penix, right? The Falcons fans are always in the chat. We got Michael Penix. Oh, whoa, watch out for the Falcons. 0-4 in his starts when the Falcons' opponents score over 7 whopping points. That's how easy it is, apparently, to beat the Atlanta Falcons with Michael Penix. All you got to do is score over 7 points, not 17, not 27. All you got to do is score over 7 points. And the Atlanta Falcons, led by Michael Penix, is likely going to lose the game. I said this last week. And I remember Juddy Bear, who's in the chat right now, he came after the show in my comments and he was like, oh, you crazy, Jono. What you mean Spencer Rattler's better than Michael Penix? Look at the numbers now. Falcons fans and Juddy Bear, look at the numbers now. And the bar isn't even that high. The bar isn't even that high for Spencer Rattler. He's not lighting the world on fire, and he's playing better than Michael Penix. The numbers do not lie. The numbers do not lie. The only thing that Michael Penix has over Spencer Rattler is that first round shine. Oh, he's a first round pick, so we got to show Michael Penix more love. He ain't doing shit. He ain't doing anything more different than what Spencer Rattler doing. And we got Spencer Rattler in the 5th round. In the 5th round, he's playing better than y'all shiny toy quarterback. Y'all got your asses whipped on Sunday because y'all always do that. Y'all always do that, Falcons fans. When I tell y'all Falcons fans, Jerry G, I see you in the chat like every week saying, Jono, we gotta ban these Falcons fans. We gotta put them in timeout. No, you know why we ain't gotta ban them? You know we ain't gotta put them in timeout? Because the Falcons go Falcon. They beat the Minnesota Vikings with J.J. McCarthy's second star with a bad ankle, and you would thought they won a Super Bowl. Oh, what a great win. We beat the Minnesota Vikings. Look how great the Atlanta Falcons are. Came to Carolina, got that ass spanked. by the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Show, who's like 4-0 against the Atlanta Falcons. Yet they still come on this goddamn show week after week talking shit, knowing that they're the Atlanta Falcons. Got their asses whooped. We knew we were going to be ass, Falcons fans. Y'all can't tell us nothing. Y'all can't tell us nothing. We knew going into the season we were going to be ass. Y'all going to every season. This is the year. Rise up with the Falcons. We're going to show y'all. Y'all sailing, Falcons fans, is going to be the 2023 New Orleans Saints. Y'all sailing is going to be the 2023 New Orleans Saints. Y'all are now in that purgatory that we were in. We're fine being in hell. We fine like, hey, maybe we get a good draft pick. Y'all in that purgatory where y'all damn sure ain't going to be no contenders for a Super Bowl. Y'all damn sure ain't contending ever for a Super Bowl. Welcome to purgatory. But keep talking y'all stuff because y'all probably going to win this week or whatever and be like, oh, we're back. We're back. Talking all that damn hype about Michael Penix. That's why it's so funny. The national media hyping him up all season. Watch out for the Falcons. This is the year the Falcons are for real this time. Same ass Falcons, man. Same ass Falcons got spanked by the Carolina Panthers. Got absolutely spanked by the Carolina Panthers. Do y'all not have any embarrassment? Do y'all not have any shame, Pro P? That one Falcons fan? Dreddy Bear? Archangel? Do y'all not have any shame? Y'all got spanked by the Falcons. By the Panthers. And y'all still coming on this show. All that hype about Michael Penix. Man ain't even doing anything more special than what Spencer Rattler's doing. And y'all can mention about the 0-9. It don't matter. Michael Penix record ain't that special. The bar is real low. If this is the guy that the Falcons fans are hyping up. The bar is real low. But let them keep talking, Saints fans. Because like I always say, the Falcons gone Falcon. The Falcons are gone Falcon. Let's get to some of our voicemails and then we'll wrap up this show.
Man, Saints lost. I understand that. And we played terrible. But at least we're not the Falcons. Oh, excuse me, I meant the Falcons. Yeah, we may have lost, but at least we scored some points. I don't even know why I'm addressing y'all, because I already know there's probably maybe 1 or 2 Falcon fans in the chat right now, but for those couple of people, bro, y'all got, at least we lost to a somewhat good team. Y'all got shut out by the freaking Panthers. I think the Panthers legally own y'all, because this ain't the first time you got embarrassed by Carolina. Last season in week 18, y'all got embarrassed by Carolina. It wasn't that bad, though. 30-0. You couldn't even get a field goal on the Panthers, and you tried a field goal. You actually tried 2 of them, and you missed both of them. But Young Q was the whole problem, huh? Young Q was the problem, huh? Young Q was the problem. He was the whole problem over there in Atlanta, according to y'all. But guess what? You got this flashy kicking out, and guess what? He's missing too. Y'all are just cursed with bad kicking. But hey, you can have Blake Griffin if you want. Man, Atlanta. You see, at least I can count on Atlanta to make my day better. Even if the Saints suck, at least I got Atlanta. At least I always can count on Atlanta. Put a smile on my face. Appreciate y'all, Atlanta. This shit more than the game.
Mikey, that's how you come with a goddamn voicemail. Mikey came with the straight facts. Straight fact. Hey, Mikey, you know who they blamed this week? They fired their wide receivers coach. They're going to keep firing people, keep cutting players and all that, thinking that's going to solve their problems. Because they're real close, y'all. At the national research, the Falcons are real close. Get out of here with that. 5th-round quarterback outperforming y'all shiny 1st-round toy. Great phone call, Mikey. Mikey is absolutely right. No matter how down bad the Saints are, we know we down bad, Falcons fans, again. We knew we were going to be ass. That's the difference between y'all and us this season. We came in knowing we were going to be ass. Y'all was talking playoffs. Okay, we'll see about that.
There's really only one word. Wow, voice crack. There's really only one word to describe this game. Fucking pathetic. I could pretty much just end the voicemail right there. But you know what? Let me elaborate a little bit. What do I mean by fucking pathetic? Well, besides the fact that Blake Groupie keeps missing a fucking kick every game, but besides that, let's take that out of the equation. The penalties, oh my God, the fucking penalties, the lack of discipline. What in the hell am I seeing? We cut that shit in half last week, but now this week it's back to where we were week 1. So what the fuck, man? We're regressing. And not only in that department, special teams, I don't know where the fuck's the effort, but it definitely was non-existent. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. And Jesus Christ, the decision to go for the field goal instead of trying to get a touchdown before half to bring the score up to 38-6 instead of 38-3. And if I'm hearing it correctly, I hope I'm hearing it correctly, but I think Kellen Moore said that the reason why he decided to do that was because he wanted to take the points. I'm sorry, sir. Do you want to take points or do you want to win the game? I mean, choose between the two. I mean, if you want to take points, sure, but, you know, I feel like as a head coach, you will want to win rather than take points, you know, to try to save your fucking job, but whatever. So, yeah, like, I'm not going to freak out too much. I mean, this is the third game of Kellen Moore's coaching career. You know, this team wasn't expected to be good anyway, but god damn it, man, can we at least fucking compete, please, instead of having these lopsided victories, please? So, yeah, either way, yeah, there's a lot of shit that I didn't like about that game. Obviously, it's the same as every other Saints fan. Shit, dude. I'm trying to think of one positive, and I can't think of a fucking positive. The worst thing about this is this really further validates now the fact that we're the worst team. Like, everybody who wants to roll with that narrative, we're the worst team. Well, fuck, man, we definitely ain't helping our case by putting on a fucking performance like that. Shit, man. Shit. And we got the Bills next week off. Let me tell you something. If there's an idiot out there who actually thinks the Saints are going to fucking win tomorrow and are going to bet money on that shit, as a matter of fact, like, you deserve to lose that money. Because who in the fuck thinks the Saints have any chance against the Bills? If we put up that type of performance against Seattle, and not only that, but the fact we're going to Buffalo too, bruh, get real. Get real.
Bruce Saint, you sound a lot more calm in the chat than you are in that voicemail, so I guess you've had some time to subside, but I love the passion, Bruce Saint. Mikey and Bruce Saint, y'all came with it this week. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I don't love is some of these text messages we got from, of course, the Falcons fans, who says from Kamar, "Hey, Jono, my brother, can you and them Aints fans let me know how does it feel to get such an ass whooping from the Seahawks and waking up being 0-3 to start off the season and then 0-4 come this Sunday?" It probably feels as bad as putting up 0 points to the Carolina Panthers, Kamar. And our next text from that one Falcons fans who says, "Damn. Just damn, we suck. My Falcons really let an 0-2 Panthers come and shut them out. The first time we got shut out since 2021 versus the Pats. An inexcusable performance on all sides. Penix played horribly. I won't sit here and sugarcoat that. But in his defense, this is basically his rookie year. Oh boy, here we go. He's going to go through his growing pains. Every QB has had bad games. Example, Drew Brees has 5 interceptions against Atlanta. Ha! Nonetheless, coaching deserves a blame too. It's still early in the season, so we can still turn it around before it's too late. I have heard that script many times from you Falcons fans. That one Falcons fan, you are usually very, very civil and level-headed, but please don't you ever put Drew Brees and Michael Penix in the same sentence again. All right. You know who also do 5 interceptions in the game before? Nathan Peterman. All right. Let's start off on that level before we go to the Drew Brees' bad games, okay? Falcons fans, boy, I tell you, the Falcons fans. Only thing more amusing than Falcons fans is this next voicemail.
This is James. Just James. And I'm pissed. Just pissed. Actually, more than just pissed, I'm enraged. No damn song this week. I'm sorry, y'all. This team doesn't deserve a goddamn song. Sometimes you gotta make a stand, unlike Kellen Moore. I'm already over the Kellen Moore experiment. I've seen enough. Okay, I've seen enough. We over there getting our asses kicked by the Seahawks, and this guy's on the sideline just pacing back and forth, stonewall face, as if he's in a goddamn DMV line. I mean, what the hell? And then I hear his press conference, and there's no fire, no energy. He sounds like goddamn Mr. Mackey on South Park. We need to do better, okay? You know, we gotta stop the penalties, okay? You know, the Seahawks just wanted them more, okay? What the hell kind of head coach is that? All we just brought in was the offensive version of Dennis Allen. God damn, Mickey Loomis such a picking head coaches. Before anybody says James, just James. It's only 3 weeks. The offense doesn't look that excited to say that he's supposed to be this offensive guru. The team sucks. The penalties are boundless. This team sucks. We knew that. But the head coach sucks as well. I'm off the Kellen Moore train. I'm off it. We would have lost by goddamn 100 points if Seattle didn't call off the dogs. Just a pathetic performance and the head coach just standing there like, okay, maybe we'll do better next week, okay? But guess what? We got the Bills next week. We're probably going to lose by 80 points. Oh, but James, just James, it's a rebuilding year. You got to be patient. Man, patient this foot in your ass. It's no wonder Ziggy doesn't show up on the show no more. Even he can't put lipstick on his pig. Even he can't act like this team is actually worthy of optimism. You know what? Screw it. Here's my song for the week. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. goodbye, because Mickey Loomis, Kellen Moore, and shit, Gail Benson too, all of them need to get the hell out the city. Could somebody please buy this team that's going to keep it in New Orleans so we can actually have competent ownership and a GM who actually does his goddamn job and a head coach who isn't over his head? Can we please get somebody like that? Can we please get a regime like that? Just horrible, man. Giving up 44 points to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. We've hit a new low as a franchise. A brand new low, and we got Kellen Moore on the sideline. Okay, I guess we got to do better. Okay, I guess I got to coach the team better. You think? Only so much of that rebuild crap that you can throw around. This is bad, y'all. Just bad.
Well, damn. James didn't even want to sing tonight. Okay. I don't know about being off the Kellen Moore train. I mean, it's only 3 weeks, James, just James, but I get it. You know, when you lose, like you lose Sunday, has a lot of fans emotional. Let's show Kellen Moore some grace. I know I was hard on Kellen Moore to start the show. That's just me getting out. But let's see what he does going forward before we say he's not the head coach. That voicemail made me feel like, okay, hold on. Maybe we are going a little too hard on Kellen Moore. Like, I know it was a bad performance. It deserves critique, but I'm not going to say fire the guy yet. But again, I also understand when you lose by that many points, honeymoon's over. So I appreciate the voicemails. Again, you guys, 504-484-9170. Lord knows if the game goes to where we think it's going to go this Sunday, we should have some great voicemails after that game or text messages. So I see some people in the chat who I haven't seen left the voicemail in a while, like my guy T30. What up, T30? We definitely miss your voicemails. So 504, the number ain't changed, 484-9170. Leave a voicemail about the Saints or whatever you got on your mind, because it's going to be a very, very, eventful Sunday, I guess. We'll see. We'll see how Kellen Moore responds. Can he win back over some of these fans if the Saints put up a solid to strong performance against the Bills? Not even saying the Saints got to win, but, you know, just show more fight, more discipline than you did against Seattle. Or if we get blown out again, you know, I said this in my video. Not every fan is as in tune as us, guys. Like, we are all like diehards. So like, we all know that we're in a rebuild. And even then we still get mad, right? There are a lot of fans that NFL teams cater to who are just simply, hey, did the team win or did the team lose? Is my local team winning or losing? There's a lot of fans who only see, God damn, the Saints lost 44 to what? And they're like, Kellen Moore, who is this guy that's losing by 44 points? They don't care about the rebuild or anything like that. They're casual-ass fans. The Saints cater to that fan base because that's what fans that's going to pay the money to go see the games and all that, right? But, you know, somebody like me, I can vent about it, but I can understand. Like, yeah, you know, we're in a rebuild year, so it's not the end of the world. I'm telling you, man, maybe y'all don't recognize sometimes. There's a lot of maybe more casual fans than there are diehard fans who, like, again, win-loss business. Are we winning or are we losing? We're losing by how many points? And that leaves a bad impression for a fan base. So we'll see, because now it doesn't get any easier with the Buffalo Bills coming in Sunday. Should be a very, very interesting game. Hopefully it's competitive enough that I can stop putting my son through torture.
I'm supposed to make my kid a New Orleans Saints fan.
35-3.
I'm sorry I wasn't born in Philadelphia, son. I'm sorry.
30 seconds after this.
That wasn't it either.
What? Are you kidding me?
I mean, if we're thinking along with
We're down.
these offenses, you got
We are down 38-3. Why don't we go for a field goal? Kellen Moore, I'm patient. I'm patient. But you gotta be kidding me.
Bruce Saint mentioned that in his voicemail too. That was probably like the biggest strike against him. Like, going for that field goal. We're down 35-3. Why are we going for a field goal on a 7-yard line or whatever? Like, come on, dude. Like, what are we doing? Like, do you have trust in Spencer Rattler or not? Like, what kind of head coach are you? Are you really that soft of a coach that you go for a field goal down 35-3? That's the type of stuff, man. Like, again, it's a rebuild, and I get all that, but like, you could critique him, and that was worthy of critique. That was worthy of the criticism. Like, come on, Kellen Moore. This is New Orleans. All right? This is New Orleans. That stuff don't fly in New Orleans. Trust me. That stuff ain't gonna fly consistently in New Orleans. Drop your nuts sometimes, man. Congratulations. Now it's 35-6. Whoop-de-doo. Come on, Kellen Moore. There's some things that you do that gives me a little bit of pause of concern. But I still believe in you. You chose us when no other coach was ready to choose us. So I'm cheering for you, my guy. But you got to do better. Rebuild or not, you got to do better. This is a tough business. The F in the NFL, I need to start selling those shirts. The F in the NFL does not stand for fair. You got to do better, Kellen Moore. And it doesn't get any easier this Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining me tonight here on the Jono Barnes Show. We are going to find out this Sunday, are we going to have a repeat of what happened last Sunday? Or are we going to have greener pastures? Either way, it's going to be very interesting. Hopefully, gives you guys some great reaction and content from me. And, of course, the great Brother Bill, who we appreciate for joining the show tonight. Oh, let me give a shout-out to, of course, everybody who left the Super Chat last week. Because y'all know every Super Chat that we get, we turn it right back and invest in the show. So, Brute Saint, the king of the Super Chats. My girl, Sandra, I see you in the chat right now. She just say, poor baby Jono has to witness such horror. He's earning his stripes, Sandra. Let's just say that. He's earning his who dat stripes. And Pro P, even though he's a Falcons fan, just know that this shit more than a thanks. I appreciate you guys for your engagement. I appreciate you guys for the likes. If you're watching this on the replay, please do me a favor, hit that like button, even though we're not live when you watch the replay. Hitting that like button still helps us go to the algorithm and push the video out more. And hit that subscribe button if you're new. Got a lot of Seahawks fans that subscribe to the channel after my reaction video this past weekend. So it's good to kind of see the algorithm starting to push me out again to, you know, opposing fans and to Saints fans. And they all get to see Lil Jono in real time become a Saints fan and see what, unfortunately, being a Saints fan is all about. But that's been the greatest blessing of the season so far. It's just watching the game with my kid. You know, you would like for the team to be great, right? But hey, he's not going to remember whether the team was great or horrible this season when he's older, besides watching these videos when he's old enough to see it. So hopefully maybe the team's going to be great when he's old enough to actually appreciate it, the way I'm always grateful that, you know, the team became Super Bowl champs when me and my brother and all my cousins were able to like be old enough to like go out and celebrate and be on Bourbon Street, like, and knew what the significance of a Super Bowl was, right? Hopefully Lil Jono, I mean, I hope we can win the Super Bowl next year, right? Or any year. But, you know, I'm always like, glass half full. Maybe the team is waiting for Lil Jono to get old enough to actually appreciate that, you know, oh, we have a good team. Either way, he's either going to look back at some of these videos, Sandra and everybody, and say, wow, my dad is real cringe, when he's old enough to actually like realize I filmed him as a newborn watching the games, or he's going to be like, hey, that's pretty cool. But either way, hopefully he knows that it means the world to his dad to kind of like just go back and document this footage as a blessing of being a content creator. As I can go back 10 years from now, 20 years from now and say, oh, look at that. Look at when me and my son enjoyed our first Saints season together. So that's what it all matters at the end of the day. And y'all want to know why? Wait, hold on. Brother Bill, he's a bad teams in childhood Bill character. Absolutely, Brother Bill. Absolutely. Thank you for joining the show again. I hope you was able to listen to what I said after you left, because again, man, all jokes aside, what you and the Buffalo Bills fan base have done for me and how y'all have treated me means the world to me, means the absolute world. So thank you again, Brother Bill. Y'all want to know why? Y'all want to know why Brother Bill is so graceful? Y'all want to know why it does pay to be a kid learning or earning his stripes when his team is bad as a newborn? Y'all know why. Because this shit more than a game. See y'all next week. Please go easy on us, Buffalo Bills. Please.
Juno.